Hello, student. Welcome back. And today we are going to be discussing or discuss about Kertas model SPM. Okay, so this is the example of the question that we are going to look upon. It as usual. Exam is starting, so I think no need to spend too much time on reading. Spend more time on doing the and understanding the format. Don't exam is near already even for all subject
Yeah,
sejarah or maths or whatever lah, including of sejarah, don't read already, okay, just do the work. Okay, let's dive
yeah.
into the question number 6. Diagram 5 show schematic diagram of a man and the, can I take highlighter? If you got highlighter, I think it's good to scribble on the question paper with a black
Okay.
iris, the black color eye, because some people got blue
Mm.
eye and some
Yeah,
people got black eye and blue eye. So the sun, how do you think the sun got black eye or blue eye?
it will be black.
It will be black. How you know?
Because usually father has a the dominant one.
I don't know. Okay, but we look at the this one, the gene, and we can look at here. We need to figure out the gene whether it's dominant or recessive. So we look at here H and big H and small h and small h. So of course, usually the capital letter will be the dominant. So HH means it's what color?
Black.
HH means it is black color. Black. Okay, so H big, H small, it will be black. And if H, it will, what color it will be? H and H.
Blue.
Blue. So very difficult for me to write. Okay, blue. Oh my goodness, something wrong with my pen. Anyway, I just need to use my mouse to write what to do. Okay, so this is black and blue. HH is black, HH is blue. How about big H and big H? Capital H and
Black.
capital H. It will be black. Why black?
Because both also dominant.
Yeah, because both is dominant, and dominant will mask the uh, the phenotype of the recessive gene. It will mask the effect of the recessive gene. So we can see that
Yeah.
HH is you get black, HH you get black. In order to get what you need to get blue, it depends on the either the gene is recessive or dominant. It can be H is the blue. It can be H will be the blue, and it can be the small H will be the black. It can be, but you don't know. You know when the question give you. So from this question, we know that the capital H will be the black and the small letter is the blue. You know from the
Yeah.
question. Okay, so after we know the question, we need to do, so H, small h, small h. So what is this? S is what?
S is big H, small H.
Big H, small h. T,
Same big H, small H.
U,
Two both small H.
V.
Both small H.
V also is both small h. So obviously S will be blue or black?
Blue. Black.
Black. How about T?
Black.
Black. How about U?
Blue.
Blue. Yeah, 2 also BU. V?
Blue.
Very good. So V also will be blue. So we can see from here how many percentage of the sun will get a blue eye.
50-50.
50-50. You will get a half 50% chance depending on the receptive or the dominant. It depends on the question. That is why usually like for the chromosome it will be XY and XY. For X is and XX and XY. XY is male, XX is female. Eventually you will get two XY, XY and XX. So there will be always the 50% chance of getting a male and a female. You will get 50 chance of male and 50 chance of female. Correct or wrong?
Yes.
Yes. For SPM it will be yes, but for university you'll be wrong. If you study when you go to university, the percentage to get, I think to get male will be slightly higher, 50 point, maybe 50.5 or 51%. The chances you'll get female it will be 49%. This one you can go Google. But for SPM, you must always write 50, because there will be some question like this. And I don't know. They say maybe due to the speed of the sperm or what, the sperm cannot reach or what. And then my lecturer said that because God is very fair, the guy die faster, so the population will be the same. Yeah lah, because he say the guy always go rampage, go to war, so when the guy die the population will be equal. That's what my lecturer told me. Okay, if the characteristic of the black iris is dominant and blue is recessive. Oh, they even give you this already, sorry. Black is the blue is the recessive. But even they don't give you, you look here, you're supposed to know. Even though they don't give you, you should able to know from here.
I know.
Yeah. Say the color of iris S and V. So what is S and V?
S is black, V is blue.
Yeah, black and blue. No need to write. I got problem with my mouse. Very difficult to write. I just black. Oh my goodness. Blue. What happened to my pen? Okay. What is the ratio of having a black and a blue? What is the ratio?
Half. 1/2.
1/2. Ratio 1 dot 1. 1/2.
Yeah, ratio.
Yeah, I think that is the best way of expression of ratio lah. 1.2 or 1.1. Okay, name the process of P and R. What is the process of P and what is the process of R?
E is what is that?
Start from M. M.
Oh, meiosis.
Meiosis. How about R? Start from
R is fertilization.
Very good. R is P will be the meiosis. R will be the fertilization. Fertilization means what? Fertilization. Fertilization means what?
Okay.
Meiosis? For
to give rise to a new individual organism.
Okay, that is for fertilization. How about meiosis?
Meiosis is
Cell division with what? Because mitosis also is cell division. So what is the difference between meiosis and meiosis?
Process where a single cell divides twice to produce 4 cells containing half the original amount of genetic information.
Yeah, it only contains half of the amount of genetic information or half of the chromosome. So human got how many chromosome?
44.
46.
46.
For 40, yeah. If not, it will be 40. For Down syndrome, it will be extra 1 chromosome. So for a normal human being, it will be a healthy baby. It will be a 46 chromosome. So eventually, there will be a sperm and an ovum. will split until 23 and 23. So eventually you will have 23 chromosomes from your mommy side, another 23 chromosomes from your daddy side, and you will produce a healthy baby. If not, then we will getting more and more. Even extra one chromosome we already have Down syndrome, so more will be even worse. And then there will be a fertilization, also means the fusion between the gamete, male and female gamete. Name the variation. So what is the variation?
Continuous.
Continuous or discontinuous variation?
I think continuous, right?
This is
eye color.
discontinuous.
Mm.
Why discontinuous?
Show the significant differences.
Yeah, okay, it shows a distinct different, like a blood group, for example, blood group, or whether you have your earlobe or your tongue, because there is really no observable characteristic that is common throughout a certain variable, because you have a sun, so maybe 50% is blue, 50% is black. There is no clear thing to really determine something that I can generalize into the population. If you say height, then height will be continuous. If you say weight, usually weight also, because when the baby, then they get tall or they get heavy, there is a certain pattern in the population, but however for this one, that you just cannot see the pattern. Okay, diagram 6 show an incomplete periodic table. So this is periodic table established by very smart scientists, even without the creation of computer. They already managed to make periodic table, which really amazed me. How can you, without computer and machine, you can make this thing? For me, is you are really very smart people, the scientists in the past. How are the elements in the periodic arranged? Okay, so the periodic table is arranged according to what number?
Proton.
According to proton number. Yeah, so the proton number will always, I use my hand, I use my mouse, but the answer don't write this, because I need to use my mouse to write, and I cannot write fast. Okay, it will arrange according to the proton number, because here will be proton number 1, proton number 2, proton number 3, 4, and so on. So this is how it arranged according to the proton number. And proton number, what does the proton number will show the distinct element. And previously the scientists say you cannot change the proton number, but nowadays you can change the proton number by using what? How to change? Is it possible to change the proton number?
Yes.
How? How to change? God, man. God, I thought God only can change the proton number. How to change the proton number?
I don't know.
Then you say yes. How to change the proton number? Probably, maybe almost impossible. You want to change, because let's say if there is a goal, like something, let's say the goal, I forget the proton number for goal 64. If you can change the number to 64, then you get the goal, which is almost impossible. But to a certain extent, we can change it by nuclear fission or nuclear fusion, because by nuclear fission you can eventually change from, even from the sun. The sun is what atom to what atom? For the sun, what happening in the sun? Is there a change in proton number in the sun? Yes, no? Sorry?
No.
No. Yes. The sun, hydrogen plus hydrogen become what? become helium.
Yeah. Okay.
Eventually before if I'm not mistaken, depend on what sun lah, then eventually will become the carbon. So 1 plus 1 will become 2, 2 plus 2 it will become 4, and then 4 plus 4 it will become 8, and it will continue on due to this what we call this is a nuclear fusion, which when the nuclear fusion occur, it produce a lot of energy. That's why you got the fire even though the sun don't have gravity. So but it almost impossible to do because you need a very strong gravity. So the gravity of the sun is so strong that it can even start to combine the atom, and then eventually we have carbon, and it will continue to combine until it reaches a level of it is so dense that eventually it become a black hole. That's why I say it depends on what type of sun that we are talking about. But if you say I want to make gold by changing the proton number, I think it is impossible lah, unless I don't know lah. I also doubt in the future they can do that. I could be I don't think so lah. I don't think so. Okay, so yes, it's a range of proton number based on diagram 6 state the type of element N. So what is the type of element N?
Type metal.
N is
Metal.
what metal? Because I thought all here also is metal. N is what? What metal? What metal? Yes? No? Cannot?
Metal.
Metal only What metal like alkaline metal, semi-metal, transactional metal, what metal? Transition metal. Okay, this one will be called the transition metal. This one, group 1 and group 1, group 2 is what? What group? What metal? You go and find for me.
One is hydrogen
One is hydrogen. Yeah, the element for the proton number is, I'm saying the group. Group 1. Group 1 is what type? What group? Is what is another name for group 1? So the group 1 is called as the alkaline metal. Group 2?
Group 2 is alkaline earth metals.
Alkaline earth metal. And then after that we have the following in the middle between, we call it as transition metals. Yeah, so this one. And then group 5, 6, 7, group 8. Group 8, and what group is it called? Group 8. What is another name for group 8? Yeah, noble deaths. And group 7, is there any name for group 7?
One is halogens.
Halogen, very good. Okay, so this one you need to know because in it's a very common question that they can ask in objectives. Many things they can ask, usually this question is just like little bit of many things. They can ask you about the group, they can ask you the name, they can ask you about the another name for proton number, they can ask you about the electron, they can ask you about the group, what does it show, and how do you explain the group, and the period, the period, what does it show in the period. So it shows the shell, how many cells as it go down through the period. And towards the right side, the group will be the valence electron, correct or not? The outer electron that we are talking about. That's why we put here 1, here is 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, until here will be 8 valence electron. So the group is arranged according to the valence electron. Valence electron means the most outside electron. How many electrons? And as it go down to the period, is arranging according to the shell. So group 1 got 1 shell, and group 2 got 2 shell, group 3 got, oh my goodness, this is what happened when I don't have my pencil to write. Already very handwriting ugly. Some more now use my mouse even ugly. Okay, but you know lah, huh? It is the shell. Okay, following next question, the element with the biggest proton number. So what is the element with the biggest proton number? Easy peasy question.
Unonium. Is it?
Huh? Element according to the what lah? According to the question. What element has the biggest proton number? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, L, K, M, N, P. Which one?
E. E.
E. Where is E?
P. P.
Oh, P. Okay, yes. Okay. P will be the highest proton number. Easy question. If this one you get wrong means nothing. Speechless. I mean, never mind lah, you try your best. State the changes of element type from K to L in the period. So we need to see K and L, whether it move to the right or to the bottom. So K to L. So we can see it moving from the left to the right. So what does it show when we say that the group, what change in the element from left to right in the periodic table? Correct. Okay. Sorry, can you say again?
Metal to semi-metal.
From metal to semi-metal, and then metal to semi-metal, then to where? Then to non-metal. So it will be arranged from the metal to semi-metal to non-metal, and because of this, metal and non-metal also can bond, metal and metal bond, or non-metal and non-metal. So there will, after that we study there is a covalent bond and ionic bond. So ionic bond is when there is a metal and non-metal, means I got 2 extra electron and you need 2 extra electrons, so I give to you. So there will be ionic bond, which is more stronger bond, harder to break because of the valence electron. Of course, that is for ionic, and another one is covalent bond. For example, like maybe if you say this is chlorine. So chlorine and chlorine is chlorine gas, Cl and Cl. So I'm not giving you extra electron, or I'm not taking extra. It's just like we are sharing. So it will be a sharing of electron. That's why we call it a covalent bond. Of course, if for covalent bond and ionic bond will be stronger. So for example, maybe sodium chloride, for example, mixing of these two, so it will be an ionic bond, and it's more harder to break, to separate it. If a covalent bond, it is easier to, I mean, it's still hard to separate, but covalent bond is easier to separate than ionic bond, because one involves donating and receiving electron, another one is just sharing of electron. Okay, state one similar characteristic between L and P. What is the similar characteristic between L and P? So L and P is what group already? Noble gas group. So what are the similarity? Means what is the characteristic of noble gas? So where got colorless, or I thought chlorine is green, chlorine gas I think is green color. Maybe we can say that both, all of it exists in the terms of gas. Okay. Characteristic of gas, you can see it is usually form of gas, or it is not reactive to any type of metal. So these are the characteristic of group A. Okay, next question. Name the gas released from the reaction between element K with water. K. So K is on the left, the most left side. And I want to ask, for group 1, is it stable or not stable?
Not stable.
It is Not stable, very good. So as it go down, it is more reactive or less reactive?
Less.
Okay, we are talking about group 1. As it go down, it will become more reactive. So you want to make bomb, you want to use up or you want to use down?
Or down.
Yes, okay, down here, Frenchium or what. So you can go to UD and see sodium, potassium, magnesium around up here, and the down part, one of these is called Frenchium, and you can see when they mix with water, there will be an explosion. So it will be boom, a lot of them. But of course you cannot get this lah. It is used to, can also be used to make bomb and very reactive. So they will put this in a melted tube, melted glass tube, so you can see the experiment. Yeah, the reason is more reactive because the valence electron is more further apart from the nucleus. Because as you go down, there will be more and more shell. As there is more shell, the electron is further away from the nucleus. It's easier for the electron to go to other places. Okay, where was I? I forget the question already. Okay, name the gas released between. So if I use group 1 and water, what does it will produce? Any question?
No.